What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB here today with a review for Tyler Perry's The Oval on BT. This is season 2, episode 6, and it's titled Malicious Intent. All right, you guys. So before we get into this episode review, I want you guys, if you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Would you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and hit that notification bell button as well? All right, you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this episode review, shall we? All right, you guys. So you remember the last episode, it ended with Jason in his room questioning Priscilla about why she was there. So Priscilla says that she's in his room cleaning. He said, "Is that your job?" She says, "No, but I'm helping out because, you know, the girl Jean that cleans your room, well, we can't really locate her right about now. So we're just helping each other out." So at this point, they're having a bit of a back and forth with each other. So Priscilla says, "You know what? I'm going to go clean your bathroom." But she did ask him, "You know, what is that faint smell in the room?" He says, "Oh, you know, when I left some clothes, so that might be what you smell." So then she goes into the bathroom. He's telling her to get out. And, you know, they kind of went back and forth for a little bit. And he tells her, you know, if you do find Jean, tell her, you know, because he mentioned that, you know, she's having some issues with her boyfriend. She's like, "How do you know that?" And I don't really care how he knew that. He can even explain that, but whatever. So I may have gotten ahead of myself, but I really don't care because the scenes with Jason was just annoying me in this episode. So then we see Victoria. So Victoria is talking to Sam. She apologizes to Sam. Sam says, "Oh, no, ma'am, no apology is needed." And he apologizes to her for her mom. She says, "Yeah, you know, I have to plan the funeral because my dad, you know, he's just not well." So then she asks, "Do you know what happened to Agent Yuma?" He says they're still investigating. She says, "You know, well, I heard that, you know, she and Agent Max were having an affair with that woman." He says, "Yeah, but we're still investigating it." So then she tells Sam that she needs a new detail. He says, "It can't be me." She says, "Oh," he talks about his business. She says, "Oh, is that a downgrade from you?" He says, "No, it's not." She says, "Then what is it?" He says, "I already have, you know, about 16, 17 other people that I manage. And then it has to come from higher up." She's like, "Am I a higher up?" He says, "Yes." So they had like I said, it was a back and forth with those two. But we're going to pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So then let's move back over to Jason and Priscilla. So Jason told Priscilla that when Gail snuck into, you know, Jean's trunk, she overheard Jean with her boyfriend on the phone, and her boyfriend was very violent toward her over the phone. And I was like, how in the hell are you violent over a phone? And how in the hell would she have known that? But okay, whatever, Jason says. Jason is not a great liar, is what he's not. So he tells her once again, leave his room. So when she leaves his room, she walks out and she notices Sam and, you know, Victoria. Sam hops up. She says, "Oh, no, 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 no. Sit back down." So Victoria asks Priscilla, "Why were you in my son's room?" She says, "Oh, I was in there, you know, helping him with his room, you know, because we're kind of short-staffed right now. You know, Jean, we can't locate her." She's like, "Oh, that young girl, yeah." And at this point, Priscilla, you're stronger than I am, because I would have popped the shit out of Victoria, because Victoria was trying her so hard, especially at that point where she put her hands on Sam's thigh. Whoo, Victoria. She was trying to rattle Priscilla's cage, but Priscilla did not budge. You know, she said, "Can you give me some tea?" And she was like, "Sure thing, ma'am." Priscilla, 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 you're better than me. That's all I gotta say. Better than me. So then let's move over to Nancy. So Nancy is still at the crib. She goes in the trash can. I don't know why. I mean, okay, yeah, that was just nasty. So she pulled out the pregnancy test that Sharon had taken. And she pulled it out with her, number one, she pulled it out with her bare hands. a pregnancy test, but okay, girl. So it appears that she lied to Kareem and she is in fact pregnant. And she's screaming for Barry to come down there. When Barry comes down, Barry had no idea that Sharon was pregnant. And now he's questioning if the baby is his or if it is Kareem's baby. And Nancy's like, that girl loves you. She wouldn't do that. He says, but I caught her, having sex with him. And then Barry, he went low talking about, you cheated on dad. And then who is the father? She's like, I'm not telling you. He says, do you even know who the father was? She says, well, I would slap the hell out of you. I'm like, damn, that's a question to ask your mama. So you're calling your mama a hoe? Basically you're calling your mama a hoe. So then, she wants him to go with her to the funeral home for his cousin. He says, my brother. So he says, I'm about to go down here to see Sharon. And Nancy's like, you do not need to go down there, which I agree with her. That hothead does not need to go down there. But he says he's going down there. And this was a back and forth scene with those two. So yeah, let's move on. All right, you guys, next we see Richard. So Richard is flirting with Frida. He just outwardly flirting with Frida. So Priscilla comes in and Priscilla breaks up the moment. Frida, don't you have something that you need to do? Go take care of it. So Priscilla's like, really, Richard? Like, how would your wife feel about this? He says she doesn't have a say in this. He says that I am taking Frida out on a date. She's like, really? You need to watch out for those workplace romances. I agree. Because if things don't go right between you and Frida, have you ever heard of something I call Me Too? The Me Too movement, the thumbs up. Wait, is that what it was called? The Me Too movement. We're just gonna stick with that one. Have you ever heard of that one? Just saying. Richard, proceed with caution. So then Richard's, he asked her, has Priscilla told her everything? She says yes. He says, I'm not surprised. She says, you probably don't know who the father is. She says, no, Richard, I don't know the father. He says, even if you did, you wouldn't tell me. She says, I don't know who the father is. Like, I'm sorry. So then Richard tells her, well, you know what you need to do for me? Get the truth out of her. She's like, how am I supposed to do that? And I was thinking the same thing. How is she supposed to do that? She knows that you two are friends. Why would not Priscilla, but why would Nancy then tell Priscilla? If she doesn't tell Richard, she's at least going to tell Sam. Okay, yeah, whatever. So then we see Kyle. So Kyle pulls up to Don's place and he tells Don that things are taken care of. What things are taken care of? Because there's only two things that they need to take care of. It's the Diane situation and it's the Lily situation. Lily's not dead and neither is Diane. So what situation is taken care of? Oh, okay, I know what situation is taken care of. The Jean situation, right? Is that what he was talking about? Was he talking about Jean? There are so many situations at this point. So many situations. So I'm guessing he was talking about Jean. I think. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, because that did confuse me. I'm like, what situation is he talking about? But let's move on. I digress. So he stopped by the crib. He told Don that he's having lunch and why don't he come join him? Don says, nah, I can't come join you because I'm really busy right now. So then he asks about Diane and, Kyle says, he has someone on Diane, but she hasn't taken any phone calls as of lately. And Don says, well, maybe I'll call her. And Kyle was like, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. He's like, I can be very charming and persuasive. He says, yes, I do. So then he lets him know that he is at his crib to drop off some clothes. Once I hung up the phone, because Kyle's like, we need to do something other than have our good sex life. We need to talk about a relationship. He says, we'll talk about it later. That means no. He says, no, that means we'll talk about it later. That means a no. Like, say what it is. So then when Kyle walks into the house, Lily is there. She says, was that my husband you were talking to? And he was like, wait a minute. What? Who was that? It's me, Lily. I'm back. And I know Kyle went to shit bricks when he saw and heard her voice. And then we saw that she put his clothes in a trash bag and told him to take his shit and get out. He asked her, what is she up to? She says, I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle. So he asked her, did you go to the FBI? She says, if I went to the FBI, Kyle, you would know that. And, he's pissed. So she tells him, like I said, take this trash bag and take that shit that you got right there with you, get the hell out. So on his way out, he calls for Don. Alan answers the phone and he says, where is Don? He says he's in with the president right now. Do you want me to leave a message? He says, no, I'm on my way back there right now. I'm like, aw, you jilted lover. Let's move on. All right, you guys, next, let's talk about this scene with Bobby and Max. I did not understand it to save my life. It was hilarious. So you got Max with this big bandage right here with this little drop of blood. I'm sorry. Didn't they say that they did surgery on him? They did surgery on Max. Max does not look like somebody who went through surgery. And then you got Bobby over here with this bullet wound that has been there since episode, I don't know when, of last season. Oh God, I keep laughing. It's hilarious. Because I'm really stuck on, I'm not even tripping about Bobby's bullet wound. I don't care about Bobby's bullet wound. I'm tripping off of Max's bullet wound. Max literally just had surgery a few hours ago. And Max is sitting up here like ain't nothing happened to him. Oh God, hilarious. So Max asked Bobby, how did he get shot? He told him it was Lily because he put a mark on Lily. He explained everything, that Kyle was the one that put him up to it. He told Max that Kyle and Don are having an affair with each other. Then they eventually go in. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean for the microphone to hit the camera. They pull their guns on each other, asking each other about information on Kyle. I'm like, Bobby, you have more information on Kyle than Max does. Because he started telling him about them being in the army. He told him about them being Secret Service. He told them about the time they got drunk when he was 20. He let Kyle go down on him. Ugh. It was interesting. It was interesting to say the least. But they both end up saying that they need to take Kyle down. So then we see Donald with Hunter, and Hunter's talking about the fact that Jason has killed 3 people. He doesn't know where his daughter is. And then, Don asks him, what do you need from me? I need Denise. Can you make that happen? I mean, he could. If he wants to dig up her dead body, wherever it is. Wait. Was her body the one? Never mind. Don't care. We're not going to go back in the past. Now, Hunter, he said that having sex with Denise made him feel very powerful. And Don is like, well, you're the president of the United States, so of course you're very powerful. And Hunter says, no, I'm a pawn to Victoria's parents. Yes, you are. So, Don is like, well, let's take some of that power and have a meeting about your cabinet. He calls for Ellie to come in there. Ellie comes in there. He tells Don to leave. When Don leaves, he unzips his pants and he wants for Ellie to give him some head. She says, no, I told you, it's on my terms. So then Don comes back in and tells Ellie, you got everything, you got your panties, or even wearing panties, get out. We're gonna talk about this cabinet. Let's go. I'm like, oh, Donald got his big girl panties on today. Okay. Let's wrap the episode up, you guys. All right, you guys, so there's nothing seen with Alan and Ellie. They got into an argument about Hunter and they went back and forth with each other. That's it. So then we see Sam and Victoria. So Sam and Victoria are still talking. Sam says they had been talking for an hour because she asks him, do you have anywhere to go? He says, well, we've been talking for over an hour. And she says, yeah, she hasn't come back with my tea yet. He says, I'll go check on it. She says, no, I'll do it. He says, no, I'll go check on it. So then Sam goes to check on the tea. Richard is in there, no Priscilla, and Richard says, yeah, she made the tea. Sam got that tea, poured that shit out. He told Richard, please make some more, take it to her, and please make sure you clean that out thoroughly. And Richard's like, what's going on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. Where are we at? Oh, we're at the end of the episode. Oh, wow. I did not realize those last 3 scenes were really quick. Well, those last 2 for sure. Especially that one with Ellie and Alan. What was the significance of that scene with Ellie and Alan? I mean, Alan was telling her that Hunter is using her, like she should know that. If you walk into a man's office and he unzips his pants for you to suck his dick, he's using you. But whatever. So then we see Kyle. So Kyle goes to Donald's office and he tells him that Lily is back, like the little jilted lover that he is. And he's telling him he should have killed her. He's like, why didn't you kill her? He says, because she has help, and I don't know who the hell it is. If it's FBI, CIA, Interpol, Nabisco, Roly Poly Oly, the police, Austin Powers, whoever. I don't know who's working with the bitch, so I couldn't take the hoe out. These are probably the thoughts that are in Kyle's head, not mine. Kyle. So, Alan comes in, he says, your wife is on the line. And Lily's talking to Donald, and she has a few demands. She doesn't want Kyle around, and she doesn't want his help with her career. So he tells her, I love you. And I know Kyle was pissed, like, that damn woman. You calling my man, talking about you. Ooh, and then he told you he loved. Ooh, no. I know Kyle was just heated in that moment. And to calm Kyle down, Donald gave him a kiss on the lips. And who walks out of the office? Alan. I'm like, wait a minute. So y'all didn't hear that door? Because now the first time they would kiss and nobody was there. But that second kiss, how did y'all not hear that doorknob turn and open? At that point, you could have just pushed him. You could have easily got back away from him. But you kept kissing him. Okay, Donald, you just want people to know that you're gay. Go for it, sis. All right, you guys, that's the episode review. Be sure to like this video. And there goes a plane. Like this video, leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification bell so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. Share this video, and until the next one, you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance from each other. And we'll get through this together. Until the next one, you guys, stay safe. I said that already. Until the next one, you guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.